The vibrant tapestry of life in the Kashmir Valley was brutally ripped apart on April 22, 2025. A heinous terror attack in Pahalgam, a popular tourist destination, left 26 innocent civilians dead. The attack, attributed to Pakistan-based terror groups, sent shockwaves through India, reigniting the flames of anger and grief. The nation mourned, united in its condemnation of the barbarity. Yet, amidst the sorrow, a steely resolve began to take shape. India would not let this act of cowardice go unanswered. The Pahalgam attack was a grim reminder of the persistent threat of cross-border terrorism that India had endured for decades. It underscored the human cost of this proxy war waged on Indian soil. The attack was not just an assault on innocent lives, but a direct challenge to India's sovereignty and security. The public outcry for justice was loud and clear. The government, under immense pressure to act decisively, promised a befitting reply. Security agencies swung into action, gathering intelligence and identifying the perpetrators. The stage was set for a calculated and impactful response. However, India's response would not be driven by blind rage. It would be strategic, measured, and aimed at dismantling the terror infrastructure that had caused so much pain and suffering. It would send a clear message to those who sought to destabilize India that their actions would have consequences. In the pre-dawn hours of May 7, 2025, India launched Operation Sindoor, a meticulously planned military operation targeting terror havens across the line of control and within Pakistan. The operation, named after the vibrant red powder that symbolizes auspicious beginnings in Hindu tradition, marked a significant escalation in India's fight against terrorism. Operation Synindor was not a declaration of war, but a decisive and measured response to a grave provocation. It was a clear demonstration of India's resolve to defend its citizens and its territorial integrity. The operation's objective was twofold: to neutralize the immediate threat posed by specific terror groups, and to deliver a strategic blow to the terror infrastructure operating with impunity from Pakistani soil. The Indian government, in its official statement, emphasized the non-escalatory nature of the operation. It clarified that the strikes were not aimed at the Pakistani military or civilian population. The targets were carefully chosen based on credible intelligence and were limited to terror training camps, launch pads, and hideouts. The timing of the operation, just 2 weeks after the Pahalgam attack, sent a clear message that India would respond swiftly and decisively to acts of aggression. It also demonstrated India's growing capabilities and willingness to take the fight to the enemy's doorstep. Operation Synindor targeted 9 key terrorist bases, 4 located deep inside Pakistan, and 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. These bases were identified as training grounds, logistical hubs, and operational centers for terror groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, both of which had a long history of perpetrating attacks in India. Among the high-value targets was the Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters in Bahawalpur, a sprawling complex that served as the nerve center for the group's operations. The Lashkar-e-Taiba base in Muridka, known for training terrorists for attacks in India and Afghanistan, was also neutralized. Other targets included a location in Sialkot and several launch pads in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir used for infiltrating terrorists across the line of control. The choice of targets reflected India's strategic intent to degrade the operational capabilities of these terror groups and disrupt their command and control structures. By striking at the heart of their infrastructure, India aimed to cripple their ability to plan and execute future attacks. Moreover, the decision to target locations within Pakistan sent a strong message that the country could no longer provide safe haven to terrorists. It exposed Pakistan's long-standing policy of harboring and supporting terror groups as a strategic asset against India. Operation Synindor showcased the Indian Armed Forces' growing prowess in precision strikes and their commitment to minimizing collateral damage. The operation was a testament to the synergy and coordination between the Army, Navy, and Air Force, demonstrating India's tri-service capabilities. The strikes were carried out using a combination of fighter jets, attack helicopters, and special forces units. India deployed its latest acquisition, the Rafale fighter jets. Known for their precision bombing capabilities, along with Mirage 2000 and Sukhoi 30 MKIs, the use of standoff weapons and laser-guided bombs ensured that the targets were hit with pinpoint accuracy, minimizing the risk of civilian casualties. The Indian Navy played a crucial role in securing the maritime domain, and providing support to the air and ground operations. Indian warships were deployed in the Arabian Sea to deter any Pakistani retaliation and to enforce a naval blockade if necessary. The Indian Army provided logistical support and was on high alert along the line of control to counter any Pakistani misadventure. The entire operation was executed with clockwork precision, reflecting years of planning and preparation. The success of Operation Sindoor was a testament to the skill, courage and dedication of the Indian Armed Forces. As with any major operation, Operation Synindor was not without its share of casualties and claims. The toll it took on both the military and civilian populations was significant. Reports indicate that several soldiers lost their lives in the line of duty, and many more were injured. Civilians too faced hardships, with numerous claims of property damage and loss of livelihood. The government set up special committees to address these claims, aiming to provide compensation and support to those affected. However, the process was often slow and fraught with bureaucratic hurdles, leaving many feeling frustrated and abandoned. Despite these challenges, the resilience of the people shone through. Communities came together to rebuild and support one another, showcasing a spirit of unity and determination. This phase of Operation Synindor serves as a poignant reminder of the human cost of conflict and the enduring strength of the human spirit. In the wake of the operation, there was immediate denial from the Pakistani government. They refused to acknowledge any breach of their territory. In response, tensions escalated, leading to a series of retaliatory actions. Both nations found themselves on the edge of a larger conflict, with military posturing becoming increasingly aggressive. Amidst the rising tensions, international bodies and world leaders called for restraint and diplomacy. There were urgent appeals for both India and Pakistan to step back from the brink. The global community emphasized the importance of dialogue and peaceful resolution to avoid a catastrophic escalation. Back home, the Indian government faced a wave of support and criticism. Citizens expressed a mix of pride and concern, rallying behind the troops while also fearing the repercussions. The government, however, remained resolute, defending the necessity of the operation and vowing to protect national interests at any cost. The events of Operation Synindor marked a significant shift in Indo-Pak relations. Trust was severely eroded, and both nations reassessed their strategic positions. The region entered a new phase of uncertainty, with diplomatic efforts taking on a renewed urgency to stabilize the fragile peace.